Why are you doing this? We can't do anything about the past. All we have is our future.
What future? Just what future are you talking about? What can a future possibly be? And for how long?
I didn't hurt Stuart.
That's good, that's good.
Oh. You're Tad's phantom. You're Adam's ghost. What are you doing here? And what the hell are you doing to my husband?
Adam, is there any hope for you and Liza?
Why ask me? I'm sure you and Liza have it all worked out in your playbook.
What's that supposed to mean?
Don't be coy, Marian. You're years past it.
Well, judging by your foul mood, I assume that you and Liza haven't reconciled, Adam.
Take your talons off me. I'm looking for Stuart.
Adam, do you have any idea what my client is?
Venus would be my guess.
Oh, Adam, listen. Mr. Chandler, is it over?
Liza's cronies are gathering on the left side of the courtroom.
Please tell me, did she tell you?
Shouldn't you be at the hospital with Jake offing innocent patients?
She didn't tell you.
Who didn't tell me what?
Liza about Stuart. You know, I had a funny feeling that she would chicken out at the last minute.
Liza's never chickened out of anything.
Well, you're pretty much right about that, but you're wrong about all the rest.
You know, I don't have the time or the inclination for this right now.
My
Excuse me.
time is precious too, okay? But one of us has to fold, and I pick you.
You have no idea who you're dealing with.
I know 6 ways to render a man unconscious. Don't make me prove it. Now, I'm here to tell you that Liza had nothing to do with the Marion Stewart situation.
Well, is that your case in toto?
It's the truth.
Really?
Yes.
Why should I believe you? You are, after all, one of the co-conspirators, aren't you? You and Jake and that turncoat nephew of mine with his video camera. You're a bunch of greedy vultures.
Look, we all had our own reasons for being there. But Liza was there because of her love for you. In fact, she never stopped loving you. And I can prove it if you would just give me 2 minutes.
You have one.
I was just looking for the women's room.
No, don't mess with me. Not after the day that I've had. I have seen the sketch that Tad had. I saw the locket that you left at his house inscribed Joy. Tad has been chasing you, and you have been stalking my husband and trying to drive him crazy. Now, you are going to tell me what you are doing here and why you are doing it.
Listen, it was just a little practical joke I was playing. It got out of hand.
No, this is not some comedy show.
Besides, what do you care what I do with your husband? You're dumping him. Good riddance.
Wait a minute. I don't think you understand that he thinks that I hired you to impersonate someone so I would walk away with a bigger divorce settlement.
That's crazy.
Yeah, well, score one for your side.
Defend yourself. Tell him it's not true.
Oh, hello? I wish I would have thought of that. Obviously, you don't know Adam Chandler.
Neither do you.
And you presume to.
You don't know the first thing about that man. You have no idea what kind of monster you married. If you did, if you were even halfway human, you could never love him.
Everybody knows Adam's a monster.
Do they also know that he's a cold-blooded killer?
It was a setup. I'll give you that much, okay? Liza had Stuart put on your pajamas and slip into bed in order to bait the trap.
Oh, and poor Marion couldn't resist a midnight snack, is that it?
Well, actually, Mrs. Colby didn't arrive on the scene until after the sting was over.
The sting?
If we could just come over here for a moment and have a word, that would be great. You see, Mr. Chandler, David Hayward is the man who is responsible for giving you the drug that almost killed you. And he set Jake up to take the fall for it.
Hayward? I don't believe you.
Well, who would? Distinguished cardiologist, research pioneer, all-around saint, right? Which is why we needed irrefutable proof.
We? Meaning?
Meaning Liza, Jake, and myself in the beginning, and in the end, Stuart and Scott joined us. What happened was we tried to convince Hayward that Jake and Liza still had the hots for each other. Now, if Liza could remove you from the picture, she could bankroll her ride into the future with Jake, clearing the way for a David Alley reunion. You see, Stuart played you, while David brought in the dose of norepinephrine, and Liza, according to our plan, chickened out at the last minute and asked David if he would administer the lethal dosage. Only he refused. But in the process, he admitted to giving you the medicine in the first place in order to trash Jake's career. Are you with me?
Yes. Go on.
Okay. David's confession that we have on tape is how Scott comes into the picture and the video camera that we hid in the secret passageway to your bedroom.
Wait, just to go back a minute.
Okay.
You used Stuart to try to entrap a wild card sociopath?
Look, I can assure you that he was never in any danger.
Well, you thought Hayward was trying to murder me. Why didn't you bring me in on it?
Because you would have slaughtered him. and while that's no loss for humanity, it would have left you facing a murder charge. And that wouldn't have helped us at all, especially Liza's incentive.
Well, what exactly was Liza's incentive in all this? To prove Jake innocent?
Well, that was part of it. But mainly, she did it for you. You see, David almost took your life, and there was no way that Liza was going to let him get away with that. In fact, she was determined to nail his skeevy hide to the wall.
According to your fairy tale version.
Well, according to Liza, and I quote, "No one tries to kill my husband but me."
This still doesn't explain how Stuart ended up in bed with that mad woman, Marion.
Okay, Stuart took a tranquilizer to soothe his first night jitters, and Marion, acting on her own motives, pounced thinking Stuart was you.
Where the hell was Liza?
Long gone. If she had any idea what Marion was up to, she would have stopped her. There's no way that Liza would sacrifice Stuart out of greed or for her own self-interest. The only thing that Liza wanted to do was do the right thing by you, no matter what it cost her personally. Now tell me, please, if that isn't love, what is?
Allie, have you seen Liza?
No, not since I got here.
Where did Adam disappear to?
Your best bet would be the men's room.
I'll check.
Oh, Mrs. Colby, please, I'll do the honors. Judge is angling for hanging.
And she makes Judge Judy look like a walk in the park. Boy, talk about your weird divorce wars.
You know, my mother's shrink is about 3 blocks away. I'm sure she could squeeze you in.
You think I'm crazy?
Actually, what I think is irrelevant. Although I am going to tell you that Adam may be many, many things, but he is not a murderer. Let me tell you what I know about him.
They are. Are you sure you don't?
All right, enough hide and seek. Where is Liza?
I don't know, maybe she went outside for a breath of fresh air.
Or maybe she's having a picnic or tossing the frisbee with Adam somewhere, huh?
Oh, yeah, fine time for a play date. I'll tell you, I've heard of amicable divorces.
Wait a minute, there's no divorce yet, okay?
I could use a little fresh air myself here.
Oh, good. Why don't we just all divide into softball teams, see how many hits we can get before the judge cries contempt?
Why don't we find the judge and have her call this whole thing off? Because that's what your client wants in the first place.
Has anybody got any aspirin?
You come over here, would you please? You have got to calm down. You have got to take some deep breaths and try to locate You're center.
Oh, please, Opal, not yoga. Not now.
There is a fight going on in your solar plexus, honey. The good mama versus the bad. Now, do you want your little girl to be happy? Or do you want the silver stud for yourself?
Well, right now, at this very moment, bad mama has got the upper hand, okay? Now, listen, where is my daughter? I know she's overstressed right now and she needs her mother. Where is she?
Can't you just give them another 5 minutes? Come on.
So you do know where they are?
Well, not exactly. All right, fine. I have an idea, okay? But they've got a lot they need to discuss, so just leave them alone.
What do they need to discuss? This divorce has been pending for the last 6 months. I mean, Liza's courtroom reversal was just merely a tactic to...
Liza is also madly in love with her husband.
Well, she's conflicted. Of course, who isn't? I mean, Adam arouses ambivalent feelings, you know.
Liza is 100% in Adam's corner. In fact, she risked everything to take his enemy down.
That would be enemies, plural. He's got heaps.
Yes, it would take a small army to protect Adam from his enemies.
Well, guess what? There was a small army, and I was a part of it.
Excuse me?
Again?
It's a long story. But the important thing is, Adam is finally up to speed, and if I were you, I wouldn't hold my breath for a divorce decree. Adam and Liza just might pull through.
Well, what have we here?
She's not well, Adam.
Who are you?
I don't think that she really even knows.
Where do you come from? What do you want? Why are you harassing me? Did you contact my wife or did she come to you?
Me? Wait
How
a
did
minute.
you find out about Joy? Foraging through old newspaper articles?
Adam, I had nothing to do with
Oh,
this.
spare me your show of innocence. Your phantom for hire is standing here right beside you. Were you primed to float through the air? Waft through a window, perhaps?
Why? Why would I
Were
do
you gonna
something?
sneak me into the back of the courtroom and then watch me unravel in front of the judge?
You are so wrong.
What did you pay her? Tell me, what did
Stop it,
what did you
Adam.
charge to drive a man mad and
Stop
set
it.
him up for the ultimate
Adam.
fleecing? Get
Stop
back.
it! Stupid idiot! You're an idiot! It's not about her. Let her go. What matters is us.
Oh, that was good hocus pocus. She's not important. What matters is us. Don't think for a minute I can't track her down.
Well, I hope you do.
Is that why you helped her escape?
I want the truth as much as you, Adam.
Where are you keeping her?
I never saw her before today.
Oh, one glance and it was instant bonding, eh?
I saw this sketch that Tad had. I recognized her from the sketch. I was practically dragging her to you.
Oh, but at the critical juncture, you changed your mind?
Critical junction? Well, we've had plenty of those in our life, haven't we? Let's start from the beginning. Jake Martin, the station takeover, the whole trans-global disaster. Let me ask you a question. Do you look at me and see the enemy? You can't answer? I'll answer for you. I looked at you and I saw the enemy. And I was wrong. And I'm sorry. I blamed you for our baby's death. And I was wrong. Can't we just stop blaming each other and trust each other?
Just like that?
It would be a hell of a challenge, but I think we're worth it. I love you. I dearly love you. Do you love me? Am I wrong? So, what'd you think? Tonight, we honor Liza Colby and her sizzling performance. Bye-bye.